Today I'm going to be showing you how to create auto captions in Premiere Pro. To start, I have a video file on my timeline, and this video has obviously talking in it. It's podcast format. So to start, we're going to go up to the top right, and you're going to see this little thing. If you highlight it, it says Workspaces. You're going to click that, go down to Captions and Graphics. You're going to want to select your video here and go over to the left and click Create Captions from Transcript. If you're not seeing this, make sure you're under Text and then Captions. Create Captions from Transcript. Now if you go over to Transcript, you can see that your video is not transcribed yet, but when you click Create Captions from Transcript, it should transcribe it there. So don't click this yet. Go to here. See this little tab here, it says Captioning Preferences, Format, Max. Click that, and now you're going to see a bunch of different settings. So these are the settings that are going to basically be on each text line once you do auto caption. So right now it's going to do 42 characters per text. So you're going to want to make this definitely less. All these settings are totally up to you guys. If you're doing TikToks and stuff like that, you want to go really short so you only do one word. So I like to do somewhere around 20 to 30 at most. And then the duration is a big thing too. You don't want things to sit for too long. I would honestly just make this as low as it goes, 1.2 seconds. And then you can click Create Gaps Between Captions. I'm not going to mess with that right now. And then something that's very important to me is doing single, not double. It auto does double. I don't like that. I think it looks dumb on a video when it's double captioned. That's when there's two lines on top of each other, so do single on that for sure. So after all that, you don't have to mess with any of this unless you want to change the language. You can click Transcribe and Create Captions, and it's going to take about 30 seconds here. Alright, now it's done. That took a little bit longer than I thought, but as you can see, the majority of that was it transcribing the words. The actual creating captions part did not take very long. So now that it has transcribed everything, if I wanted to redo the auto captions, it would be like 3 seconds to just redo the captions. So as you can see, this is what came of that. It just says, sorry, we could just cut the... And so it's only doing 1 or 2 words, which is good. So now you can see it's very small words down here. Now, how do you change that without going to every single one? That would be very rough if you had to go to every single one. So we're just going to go to the clip in full. So this is also a 30-minute clip, so that's why it took so long. So you're going to go over to the far right and try to highlight everything. Now this is going to be a little bit slow because it's doing so many captions all at once. I'm just going to highlight like 5 of these here just for the video. But you guys obviously can highlight everything. It'll just take a little bit longer. So you can highlight as many as you want, and then you can go over to here and play with the sizing. So that's sizing. And then you can go down to here and play with positioning. That's left, right. And then this is up and down. I would suggest somewhere around here, depending on where you want everything. So like this is in podcast format, so it doesn't really matter where the text is, as long as it's lower. Some videos, obviously like gameplay or something, you wouldn't want it in the middle of the screen. And then TikToks, you can put it up towards like the lower, like a TikTok, I would have it like up here sort of. And then you can go down, this is the main settings you want to look at, is stroke and fill and shadow. So I like to do stroke, it makes it a little thicker, and then you could do like 2, so that makes the text a little better. You can also change the font and everything, go up to here, and it will, just click on that, that's different font. I don't like that. Let's go to Poppins. See, that's pretty good. So we'll do 1 for stroke, and then fill is just going to be your color of the inside. You can change the color. Stroke if you want to do a black outline. And then shadow is a big one too that people like. So obviously enable shadow. And then right now it's on 100%, and then you can change these little things down here. And then if you wanted like a blue shadow or something, if you really wanted it, you can change the color. But I'm just going to stick with black for now. And then here, I'll make this a little bigger for you guys. So then you can go down to here. There's 3 different options. That is changing the position. You really don't want to mess with that. That is making the actual size of it bigger, and then this is going to be how much it's like fading kind of. So you're going to want to tweak that a little bit to get a really clean. There you go. So now that that's there, we can kind of watch this. So yeah, that's how that looks. Obviously the other guy's talking. I wasn't talking in this clip, but yeah, that is how you auto caption in Premiere Pro. Like and subscribe and comment down below if you want to see anything else.